What's going on, you guys? It's General, and we're back with another video. Today we're going to be looking at the hidden locations in Apocalypse Rising 2 Beta. But if I forget anything in the video, boys, make sure to leave a comment down below. That way I can make a follow-up video and add more locations. But real quick before we get in the video, I noticed a chunk of you guys aren't subscribed. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button, turn on that post notification bell, because there will be great videos like this in the future. Alright, boys, it got dark outside, so we're going to be using a lantern to help us see where we're going. But our first location that we're going to be going to today is going to be right here on the map, right next to this little lake. There's going to be a barn right there. Do you see where my mouse is? Right next to this lake is a barn, so let's go to it. So once you get to where this barn is, you can see there's the lake that I was talking about from the map, and then here's the barn right next to it. So this barn, when you go inside, it has something that most people don't even know about. They tend to overlook it when they come in here. It almost looks like your typical barn with a bunch of hay bales stuffed up in here. But when you come right here, over these hay bales, you'll notice this little bunker hatch right here that'll be open. When you come down into here, there will be an infected down here sometimes, usually. But you can find some Soviet crates and all kinds of stuff in here. Or technically, this is a military old surplus crate, but yeah, you can find some loot in here usually. You can find some more ammo, sometimes some attachments. Look, even in here, we found General's Beret right here. This is where the General's Beret will spawn. A lot of good loot in here. Stuff you didn't even know existed. Alright, boys, so for this next location, we're going to be finding the Shaggy Zombie House. You can find this right above the lumberyard. Let me show you guys. As you can see right there, there's the lumberyard. And there's the Shaggy House, as well as a Renegade ATV from the previous video. Anyway, when you come inside of this house here, you'll usually find Shaggy sometimes, but he's currently not here. But you can also find the sharpening stone sitting on the bed here as well. And usually some weapons sometimes in these little, you might find like a secondary in here, or like a some sort of rifle or whatever. But to be fair, these are just like civilian spawns, nothing crazy. But the Shaggy has the chance to drop the katana if you see him, because I have gotten him to drop it before. But anyway, on to the next location. Alright, boys, so this next location is actually right behind Shaggy's house. This is something I showed in the last video, but I didn't actually go to it. I kind of showed it at the end of where you could find it on the map. But if you swim across this island right here and get over to the other side, sometimes the random event for that Excalibur sword will be right here, and you can get the Still Longsword. I call it the Excalibur sword, the game calls it the Still Longsword. But anyway, moving on to the next location. Alright, boys, so this next location is actually near Beaufort. As you can see right there on the map at the top of Beaufort, there is a way we can get into a secret cave. Let me see if I can find it for you guys. Okay, so basically there's this little tunnel right here, not far out of Beaufort. A little bit farther than I was thinking, but you can come right to this tunnel, an FBI spawn event too as well. But anyway, if you come in this room right here, there's this door right here that you can highlight, and if you look at the corner right here and hold it, you can open it, and boom, now you have a different entrance into the Beaufort Cave, which is one of the hidden caves that is in the game. And as you can see down here, there's a bunch of infected that have guns and stuff. Mini 14 Camp Carbine. And then if you come in here, you can find the White Plague Doctor, as well as some other infected spawns. There he is. Boom, White Plague Doctor. And you can also come in here and find some other attachments and Soviet weapons. I think there's a chance to find the padded souls around here. Ooh, there's a bag. All kinds of loot in here, guys. Beaufort Cave has a lot of loot, but a lot of zombies as well. Anyway, boys, moving on to the next location. Alright, boys, so the next location is going to be the old Admiral's house, which is going to be located right there on the map. You see that little house at the end of that road right there? That's the old Admiral's house. Let me show you guys. Alright, boys, so we're approaching the Admiral's house. As you can see there in the distance, the tan house. But yes, this is definitely the Admiral's house, as you can see right here. Because you can come down here, and boom, there's a hidden basement with Soviet surplus weapons and all this other stuff in here. So this is definitely the Admiral's house. Anyway, boys, moving on to the next location. Alright, boys, so this next secret location is going to be a yacht over here that's kind of crashed over between these islands next to destroyers. So let me show you guys. Alright, as you can see on this yacht, there are a bunch of supplies and cosmetics that I've already unlocked, a bunch of food, all kinds of stuff up here. Basically, it's like a supply boat. There are a few weapons in here. There's a safe and a rifle bag right there. There might be attachments and cosmetics in that box sometimes, you never know. All kinds of stuff you can find in this little yacht that you guys didn't know was here. Alright, on to the next location. Alright, boys, so this next location is going to be another hidden cave. Probably the only other hidden cave I know of at the moment. Which is going to be right here, located between casino and military prison. Honestly, if you're looking on your map hard enough, it's not really much of a secret. But there's really good loot in it. Let me show you guys. Alright, guys, so when you get to the front of the cave here, as you can see, It's open right there. And you just gotta swim around. That's all you gotta do. It's pretty simple. Not as hard as the other one with all these secret doors or tunnels or anything like that. You just come straight in. There might be a few infected, like right here. There are some crazy infected that do spawn here. I can't remember all their names off the top of my head, but there are other guides that tell you. There's all kinds of loot though. Soviet crates. You can find the Grota here. The Val, AK-74, the Patriot guy will spawn here sometimes. You can get all kinds of loot from here. As you can see, there's some of the 9mm subsonic ammo that the new gun takes. And yeah, guys, this place is usually crazy with what spawns, but all we got right now is this guy and nothing else that great. Anyway, boys, on to the next location. Alright, boys, this is a bonus secret location. This house right here in Salem, it's kind of hard to tell. Do you see this zombie right here that spawned? He drops the M60 machine gun with LMG belt loading tool. As you can see, I'll show you what house dropped it. Right here in Salem. Close to Salem. Red one right here. But anyway, guys, bonus secret location. Let's go to the next one. Alright, boys, so the next thing I'm going to show you is the World War II bunker, which is going to be right there on the map, right next to the swamp. Let me show you guys. Alright, so here we are. As you boys can see, we're a little bit higher than that, but as you can see right here around the swamp, there's the bunker door. Also, in reference, there's a brown house right here. But you could go inside this bunker door right here, and there's usually all kinds of stuff in these crates right here. Even some cosmetics from the infected that'll be in here. But they're currently not any in here, so on to the next location. Alright, boys, so this next secret location isn't too far from the swamp. There's going to be a church out here in the middle of the swamp that has Spetsnaz spawns in it. I'm a menace. Bro was loot farming and I'm a menace. Alright, boys, so here's the church. As you can see, when you come inside of this church right here, there's usually a bunch of Spetsnaz spawns. There's a bunch of crates in here. There's one under here that has a Makarov in it. You can see all this ammo and stuff. All kinds of loot, and there's usually infected here, but there's none at the moment. But, yeah. On to the next location. Alright, boys, this next location is going to be inside of Ashland suburbs. Let me show you real quick, guys. So there it is, the old house that used to be in Hastings. Everybody knows this house right here. But some of you don't, or some of you are trying to find it. So this is where it's at in the suburbs, right here. You can come inside and you'll find a hidden closet. And inside this closet, there will sometimes be an infected, and there will be a bunch of guns and stuff in here. But yeah, boys, on to the last location. So this next location is going to be over at Lockport. It's nothing big, it's nothing crazy, but let me show you something that you didn't see before. Anyway, as you guys can see, I'm right here at the corner of Lockport, and as you guys can see, there's this red crate up here that if you hover over it, it's kind of hard, but if you hover over it, you can open it and then hop up inside, and there's some Soviet crates and all kinds of stuff in here. A little bit of loot to get you started. Something you guys probably didn't know about in Lockport. Great little place to find loot. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave a comment if I missed anything, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Adios.